All right, a very good evening, everybody, from the controller scopes. Once again, it's Captain Nabs with you. We are here live for some Friday night ATC because I got nothing better to do on a Friday night than spend time here on this network. But we have got Toronto today up and running. We're the Toronto Departure Controller.
Toronto departures, good evening, New York 718, information Papa, gate Charlie 29, request for clearance to LaGuardia.
Air Canada 718, good evening. Step by one. And Air Canada 718, you are cleared to LaGuardia via the Kepta Tree departure, bump a transition, flight plan route. Departure runway is 05, squawk 6051.
Clear to the LaGuardia, Captain Tree departure, bump a transition, De La Salle, departure runway 05 and squawk 6051.
I may have forgotten. Air Canada 718, that readback is all correct. Information in Toronto is Papa. Call me ready for pushback.
Call you back,
And Air Canada 33, are you still here?
Yes, sir, we're still with you.
Air Canada 33A, my apologies. I missed the handoff there. Contact center now 125.77. He'll have higher for you.
125.775. Have a good night.
Good night. Yeah, I missed him. I apologize. He's coming now. All right, well, so far we're off to a good start. I've been actually online for about 30, 45 minutes here, but I've been supervising somebody else, so I wasn't able to live stream. But how do you LMAO? Captain Obbs, how's it going? Been a while. It has been a while. I've tried to keep my streaming kind of regular, but I know it's my schedule.
Good evening, Canada 422, Airbus A319, stand 134. Requesting clearance to Montreal with information, Papa.
Air Canada 422, good evening. You're cleared to Montreal Trudeau Airport via the Dead Key Fife departure, Miglo transition, flight planned route, depart runway 05, squawk 575 tree.
Montreal, Dead Key 5, departure, Miglo transition, then flight plan route, sporting 5753, runway 05, Canada 422.
Air Canada 422, thanks. That readback is correct. Give me a call when you're ready for pushback.
Okay, Canada 422.
On the ground, Toronto Air Canada 890. Okay, hey, well, nice to see you here. Oh, yeah, there you are, going to LIRF. LIR. Go ahead. I have some. I clear the border once in a while, once a month or so.
Toronto Delta 2714, requesting I-5 clearance to Atlanta with information, Papa.
Delta 2714, stand by. I'll get back to you. It depends on time of day. Early morning, like before 9 or 10 a.m. is usually a zoo. Once you get past that, especially into the afternoon, it's usually a lot better.
Toronto departure, hello, Lufthansa 495, request taxi.
Lufthansa 495 departure. Hello, it's information Papa, runway 05, altimeter 2994. Let's see here. Taxi out Delta Quebec, taxi Delta, Echo, Golf, Hotel, cross runway 33 right and 33 left. Rome, Italy. Yes, that's right. Now it's
Papa current, QNH 2994, taxi via Delta Quebec, Delta Echo Golf Hotel, cross runway 33 right and 33 left, Lufthansa 495 heavy.
Roger. Delta 2714 Toronto, you're cleared to Atlanta via the Beats 3 departure Foxy transition flight plan route. Depart runway 05, squawk 2261.
Cleared to Atlanta via the Beats 3 Foxy transition departure runway 05 and squawk 2261 for Delta 2714.
Delta 2714, thanks. The readback is correct. Give me a call when you're ready for pushback. All right, Croissant.
Departures, good evening. Canada HQ2 with information Papa, ready to taxi.
All right, Croissant 253 Toronto. Contact me once you're airborne. Winds 080 at 10. Clear for takeoff, runway 05.
Clear for takeoff 05 for your one, Croissant 253 heavy.
And I'm sorry I missed it. Who was looking for the clearance?
Air Canada 852, we were looking for a taxi to runway 05 with Pop.
Air Canada 852. Okay, I got you there. Runway 05. The information is Quebec now. Altimeter 299er4. Taxi Alpha Lima, Alpha, Sierra. Cross runway 33 right, but hold short of Echo.
Okay, we will get Quebec 29994 and we will taxi via Alpha Lima, Alpha Sierra, and cross 33 right and hold short Echo for 852.
It's getting to be a busy evening. Look at this departure list popping up here in Toronto.
Pro check 718, ready to push and start gate 29.
Air Canada 718, thanks. Pushback is approved onto lane 4 and call ready for taxi.
Pushback approved on lane 4 and go back taxi Canada 718.
Yeah, look at that departure list popping off for Toronto here. So this is going to be a busy evening. There is a center controller online, so I decided to take a lower position. So I'm actually working the departure position, which covered all the and just 775. Let's see here. Okay, you are cleared to Detroit via the Ankle 5 departure, Goose transition, flight plan route, depart runway 05, squawk 2275.
Detroit Ankle 5 departure, Goose transition that is filed, the depart 05, squawk 2275, Jazz 775.
Jazz 775, thanks. The readback is correct. Information in Toronto is Quebec. Call me ready for pushback. It's just too busy not control the pushes here. Yeah, honestly, an hour 25 is a bit tight. It's definitely doable, but it really depends on the line, and it might be okay. It might not. I can't make any promises. Certainly in the morning. American 331, runway 05. Information is Quebec. Altimeter 299er4. Taxi out Fox Alpha, Fox, and hold short of hotel.
Foxtrot short of hotel for runway 05, altimeter 299er4, and active information.
Yeah, what kind of plane do you? Is it a mainline flight or is it a Jazz flight? Crescent 253 heavy, identified, climb, flight level 230. Crescent 253, turn right, direct, Rycom on course. Yeah, it very much depends if you're flying on Delta 2714, pushback, tail to the south, call for taxi. Oops, didn't mean to do that. And November 6 Tango. All right, stand by. Just going to look at your flight plan here. All right, November 6 Tango, you're cleared to the Ottawa Airport via the Verdo 7 departure, LSUB transition, flight plan route, depart runway 05, squawk 2253.
Great to Ottawa, Verdo 7, departure, also transition, runway 05, squawk 2253, November 6 Tango.
November 6 Tango, the readback is correct. Information in Toronto is Quebec. Where are you parked? Are you parked in the midfield or the north end or the south end?
Midfield, the east end, or the west end.
Okay, November 6 Tango, Roger. Your readback is correct. Report ready for taxi. Air Canada 852, continue taxi, Echo Golf Hotel, cross runway 33 left.
Continue taxi, Echo Golf Hotel, and cross 33 left, Air Canada 852.
And
approach American 1899, information pop on board, requesting I-4 2,
it's not going to stop, is it? American 1899 Toronto, good evening. You're cleared to Kennedy via the Kepta Tree departure, Bumpa transition, flight plan route, depart runway 05, squawk 2252.
departure transition, then I found departure runway 05 squawk 2252 American 1899. Oh, Canada 7183 taxi.
All right, first American 1899. Your readback is correct. Information in Toronto is Quebec. Call me ready for taxi. Correction, call me ready for pushback.
Feedback and we'll call for push 1899.
Called ready for taxi?
Canada 718, sorry.
Air Canada 718. All right, runway 05. Information is Quebec, altimeter 299 taxi out Alpha Juliet, Sierra, Echo Golf Hotel, cross 15 left, hold short of Foxtrot.
Okay, so Alpha Juliet, Alpha Sierra, cross 23 right, Echo. And can you repeat?
Air Canada 718. After Echo, it's Golf and Hotel, cross 15 left, and hold short of Foxtrot.
Okay, so Echo, Golf, Hotel, cross 15 right, hold short of Foxtrot, Canada 718.
Percent 253. Contact center now 125.77.
4537, 253.
I figured it was going to get busy tonight. So.
Jazz 775,
Jazz 775. Let's see here. You can push back onto lane 8, tail to the east. Call ready for taxi.
Lane 8 tail east, Jazz 775.
Okay, there's a couple calls once there, but first American 331. You can turn right on Foxtrot, just hold short of Hotel. Somebody had Quebec. Who had Quebec?
Canada 724, information Quebec report, requesting for approval for LaGuardia, please.
Air Canada 724. Good evening. You're cleared to LaGuardia via the Kepta Tree departure bumpa transition flight plan route. Depart runway 05, squawk 5554.
Clear to the destination, runway 054 departure, Kepta Tree departure, transition bumpa, and squawk 55544, Canada 724.
Air Canada 724. Thanks. That readback is correct. Information in Toronto is Quebec. Give me a call. Ready for pushback.
Hong Kong ready for pushback for Air Canada 724. Good evening, Air Canada 1880. Request taxi with Quebec, runway 05.
Lufthansa 495 Toronto. Contact me once you're airborne. Wind 090 at 11. Clear for takeoff. Runway 05. Lufthansa 495, contact me once you're airborne. Winds 090 at 11, clear for takeoff 05.
Contact when airborne, clear takeoff 05, Lufthansa 495.
Air Canada 1880 Toronto, runway 05, information Quebec, altimeter 294, out Alpha Lima, taxi Alpha Sierra, Echo Golf Hotel, cross 15 left and 15 right.
Alpha Lima, Alpha Sierra, Echo Golf Hotel, cross 15 left, 15 right for Air Canada 1880.
American 331, turn left on Hotel, taxi Hotel, cross runway 15 right. American 331 Toronto, turn left on Hotel, taxi Hotel, cross 15 right.
On Hotel, turn left, cross 15 right, American 331, sir.
There were two ready for the taxi there. I missed them both, I'm afraid. Say again. There we go. Jazz 775, thank you. Runway 05, information is Quebec, altimeter 299 and you can follow the heavy 777 ahead. Alpha Lima, Alpha Sierra Echo Golf Hotel, cross 15 left and 15 right.
Follow 777 Alpha Lima, Alpha Sierra Echo Golf Hotel, cross 15 left and right, Jet 774.
Air Canada 852, line up runway 05, short delay for wake turbulence separation.
Line up 405 for 852.
Somebody else call for taxi?
Delta 2714 for taxi.
Delta 2714, Toronto. Runway 05, information Quebec, altimeter 29904. Taxi Alpha Juliet, hold short of Alpha.
Taxi Alpha Juliet, hold short of Alpha for Delta 2714. Canada 724, stand 136, ready for pushback grid start.
Air Canada 724, 136. Make sure you turn the transponder on, please. Push back lane 7, tail to the east and call for taxi.
Push and rack approve lane 7, tail east for Canada 724.
Lufthansa 495, stay the passing altitude.
Lufthansa 495, maintain heading 045, standing 2,800 feet.
Lufthansa 495 Heavy, thanks to your identified. Climb flight level 230 and at 3600, direct Verdo.
Climb flight level 230, when passing 3,600 feet, direct Verdo Lufthansa 495.
Air Canada 852, caution possible wake turbulence from the departed 340 about 2 minutes ago. The wind's 100 at 12. Call me airborne, clear for takeoff 05.
Clear for takeoff 05, we'll call you airborne and caution wake turbulence for Canada taxi.
Air Canada 718, continue hotel cross runway 15 right.
Hotel and cross 15 right, Canada 718. Toronto Flare 805, clearance to Kennedy, please.
Flare 805. Let's see here. You're cleared to the New York Kennedy Airport via the Kepta Tree departure bumpa transition and flight plan route. Depart runway 05, squawk 2257.
Alright, clear to Kennedy, Kepka 3 departure, bumpa transition, flight plan route 05 and squawk 2257, Flare 805.
Flare 805, thanks. The readback is correct. Information Toronto, Quebec. Give me a call when you're ready for pushback.
Alright, we're calling for push, Quebec, Flare 805.
I've been very bad at updating this.
Departure, good evening, Canada 890 Heavy, flight request, departure Rome south.
Okay, 890, I'll get right back to you. Delta 2714, you're going to say 2 aircraft coming up on your left there. First a triple, followed by a CRJ. Behind the second aircraft, taxi Sierra Echo Golf Hotel, cross 15 left and 15 right.
Taxi the 2 aircraft coming from my left to right, and taxi by Sierra Echo Golf Hotel, Delta 2714, Alpha line.
Air Canada 890, my apologies for the delay. You're cleared to Rome via the Verdo 7 departure Lorca transition flight plan route. Depart runway 05, squawk 5676.
Alright, clear to Rome via the Verdo 7 departure flight plan to the Lorca transition to my policies, flight plan route, runway 05, squawk 56.
Again, 890, thanks. That readback is correct. Information in Toronto's Quebec. Give me a call when you're ready for pushback.
We'll call back for push again. And departures, Canada 852, 4,600 for 5,000.
Air Canada 852 Heavy, thanks. You're identified. Climb flight level 230, turn right, direct Alkid on course.
230 and direct Alkid on course for 852.
Got one guy on text here. Rouge 1628. He got his readback correct. I've just got to get him to call me for the push. American 331 Toronto. Contact me once you're airborne. Caution possible wake turbulence in the departed Dreamliner about 2 minutes ago. Winds 100 at 10. Clear for takeoff. Runway 05.
Takeoff, runway 05. We'll have caution with wake turbulence and traffic. American 331.
All right.
Okay, 90 ready for push.
Air Canada 890. Oh, I see you there. Push back, tail to the east and call ready for taxi.
East and
I have not been good about updating my tags here. These guys. American 331, it's in the SID. Do you have the SID? All right, make sure you follow the departure instructions in the SID because it gives you the heading in the SID. Sorry, who's ready for push start? Air Canada 422. Make sure the transponder's on, and I missed the stand. You said 134, so actually make sure the transponder's on. Hold the push. I got traffic behind. Lufthansa 495, contact center now, 125.77. Lufthansa 495, Toronto Center now, 125.77. Good night. Air Canada 852, heavy direct Verdo.
Direct Verdo for 852 heavy.
Air Canada 718, line up runway 05.
Traffic is still on the runway before, but I'll line up after Canada 718.
Behind the traffic.
Canada 724 requesting taxi, please.
Air Canada 724. Did you push off gate 136? Air Canada 724. You got to turn the transponder on. I can't do anything else with you until you put it on. Air Canada 724, thanks. I see it now. Runway 05, information is Quebec, altimeter 29994. Taxi Alpha Lima, Alpha, Sierra, Echo, Golf, Hotel. Cross runway 15 left and 15 right.
Taxi via Alpha Lima, Alpha, Sierra, Echo, Golf, Hotel, crossing runway 15 left and 15 right for Canada 724.
Air Canada 852 heavy, contact Toronto Center now, 125.77.
125.77 for taxi heavy. Have a great night.
Air Canada 718, contact me once you're airborne. The wind's 0909, gust 18, clear for takeoff, runway 05. Alpha Hotel would be easier. I am protecting Hotel 3 for the potential inbounds. I doubt anybody's going to probably land on 05 since it's not very busy, but I'm protecting it anyways. American 331, say the passing altitude. American 331, thank you very much. You're identified. Climb flight level 230. American 331, turn right direct, mobile on course. American 331, right turn direct, mobile on course. Oh my God, you're killing me here. American 331, turn right direct, mobile on course. Flare 1090, you're cleared to the New York Kennedy Airport via the Kepta 3 departure bumpa transition flight plan route. Depart 05, squawk 2260.
Alright, we're clear with the Kepta 3 bumpa transition flight plan route, selecting runway 05 and squawking 2260 for Flare 1090. Toronto, Canada 718 passing 2.305.
Air Canada 718 Toronto, hello, you're identified. Climb 5,000 only for now. I'll get you a short turn on course here and I'll get you climbed again soon.
5,000 for now, Canada 718.
Air Canada 422, your pushback onto lane 7's approved and call ready for taxi. This is an appropriate level of workload. I can deal with this. If I was trying to do center at the same time, I would definitely be dropping the ball here in Toronto. Oh, this chair is very uncomfortable, though. That's my only problem with this chair. Rouge 1628 Toronto. Push back onto lane 2, tail to the east and call for taxi. American 718, right turn direct, right come on course. Air Canada 718, right turn direct, right come on course.
Right turn, come on course,
American 331, proceed direct, Oakville on course. American 331, direct Oakville on course.
American 331, we're direct Oakville on course.
American 331, reclear direct Oakville on course.
Direct Oakville on course, American 331.
Air Canada 718, climb 7,000.
Up to 7,000, I guess.
Air Canada 1880 Heavy Toronto, contact me once you're airborne, wind 0908, gust 18, clear for takeoff, runway 05.
Clear for takeoff 05, contact you on airborne, Air Canada 1880.
Yeah, it's definitely a very reasonable workload. Like it's a lot, but it's
Okay, nice, already taxi.
Air Canada 890 Toronto, runway 05. Information is Quebec, altimeter 29994. Taxi out Delta Papa, Delta, Echo Golf Hotel, cross runway 33 right and 33 left.
Alright, runway 05, we have Quebec on board. Check the altimeter, taxi Delta Papa, Delta, Echo Golf Hotel, cross the 33, okay, 890. American 1899, stamp Bravo 92, she's back on board, ready for official service.
American 1899, pushback lane 3, tail east, call for taxi. Jazz 775, space permitting behind the departing heavy. Line up runway 05, caution possible jet blast. It'll be a short delay for wake turbulence separation. Air Canada 718, climb flight level 230. And November 6 Tango Toronto, runway 05, information Quebec, altimeter 29904, taxi Kilo Juliet, cross runway 15 right. American 331, contact Toronto Centre on 125.77. I don't know if he's a horrible pilot. He's flying a little bit slow, but he's not a listener. And on this network, you got to be a listener, especially on Friday night. American 331, contact Toronto Centre 125.77. All right, he's gone.
1880, back at 3,000 feet.
Air Canada 1880. You're identified. Climb flight level 230. Turn right, direct right. Come on course.
Sorry, did we get the altitude again?
Air Canada 1880. Climb flight level 230. Direct right. Come on course.
Climb flight level 230, direct right on course for Air Canada 1880.
Air Canada 718. Contact center now 125.77. Air Canada 718, contact Toronto Centre 125.77. Air Canada 422 Toronto, runway 05. Information is Quebec and altimeter is 29904. Taxi Alpha Lima, Alpha, Sierra, Echo, Golf, Hotel. Actually, yes, Air Canada 422 amend that. Taxi out Alpha Lima, Alpha, Sierra, cross 15 left, hold short of Echo.
Runway 05 on Centre 29994, taxi by Alpha Lima, Alpha Sierra, cross 15 left, and hold short Echo, Air Canada 422.
Jazz 775, contact me airborne. Caution possible wake turbulence from the departed 777 2.5 minutes ago. The wind's 090 at 10, clear for takeoff 05. Delta 2714, space permitting behind the departing CRJ, line up, runway 05. I'm kind of enjoying this. I haven't done departure in a while. It's odd to watch these arrivals flying in here, and I'm not talking to them, but it's a nice kind of just mix. It's a nice kind of mix of I'm working hard, like, and I kind of figured that. I took this on, and I was debating this whether to do arrival or whether to just do towers. Originally, just going to do tower. Then somebody else logged on tower and wanted to do some training, so I'm like, okay, I'll do departure and I'll watch you while you're on training, and then as soon as you're done training, then I logged in here. But I didn't want to take arrival just because I didn't want to take like all of Center's fun. It was very quiet earlier. I think the traffic load is building up a little bit, but for Center, I think it's very quiet. American 1899, runway 05, information Quebec, altimeter 29904, taxi out Alpha Juliet, Sierra, hold short, cross runway 15 left, hold short of Echo.
Left, Quebec, and altimeter 299 taxi by Alpha Juliet, Sierra, cross runway 15 left, hold short Echo, 1899. Jazz 775, passing 1,500.
Jazz 775, thank you. You're identified. Climb 7,000.
7,000, Jazz 775.
Delta 2714, Toronto, contact me airborne. The wind 080 at 9er, clear for takeoff 05. November 6 Tango, line up runway 05. Jazz 775, turn right, direct mobile on course.
Mobile on course, Jazz 775.
All right, the race is on here to see who gets here first. Okay. I think the American's definitely going to get there. Rouge 1628 Toronto, runway 05, information Quebec, altimeter 29904, taxi Alpha Tango, Romeo, cross 15 left, hold short of Echo.
Runway 05, taxi via Alpha Tango, Romeo, cross 15 left, hold short of Echo. Rouge 1628. Tower Air Canada 162, establish 06 right.
Air Canada 162 Toronto, good evening. Your number 1, wind 080 at 7, cleared to land, runway 06 right.
Clear to land 06 right, Air Canada 162. Centre VATSIM
Delta 2714, you're identified. Thank you. Climb 6,000. American 1899. You see the 777 just coming up off your left side there. You're behind them. You're going to follow them. Taxi Echo Golf Hotel, cross runway 15 right.
Echo Golf Hotel, cross runway 15 right, follow the Air Canada 777, American 1899. So 5 to 7,000 for higher.
Jazz 775, I'll have higher shortly. Air Canada 422, you're going to follow the American 320 up ahead. Continue taxi Echo Golf Hotel, cross 15 right.
Follow the American 320 taxi Echo Golf Hotel, cross 15 right, Air Canada 422.
November 6 Tango, contact me airborne, wind 080 at 8, clear for takeoff, runway 05. Air Canada 724, behind the departing traffic, lineup 05. Delta 2714, turn right, direct mobile on course. Jazz 775, climb 15,000. Delta 2714, climb 7,000. You're going to see traffic here 11 o'clock that's going to pass. Just behind you is a Embraer descending to 8,000. Air Canada 1880 Heavy, center now 125.77. G'day.
Center 125.77. Have a good night. 1880.
Bruges 1628 up ahead on Echo. You're going to see a Air Canada 319 left to right. Follow them. Taxi Echo Golf Hotel cross runway 15 right.
Follow the 1819 taxi Echo Golf Hotel cross runway. Which runway was it?
And Bruges 1628 cross 15 right.
Cross 15 right. Go Rouge 1620. Tango, 3000 for 5000.
November 6 Tango, thanks. You're identified. Climb 7000.
7000, then 6
Air Canada 724 Toronto, contact me airborne, wind 080 at 8, clear for takeoff, runway 05.
Clear for takeoff. Air Canada 724.
November 6 Tango, you're going to see traffic at 12 o'clock is just turning southbound is a Embraer level at 8000. You're going to turn underneath them at 7.
Traffic. Okay, draft number 16.
Delta 2714, climb 15,000. Delta 2714, climb 15,000. November 6 Tango, you can go direct to Verdo on course.
Direct Verdo on course, November 6 Tango.
Okay, I'm so far behind in like labeling what these people are doing here because I was just trying to keep up with it. This guy's taxiing. This guy's taxiing. This guy's taxiing. They're all taxiing. Good times, good times. Okay, they got the intrail spacing they need. November 6 Tango, the traffic's no longer a factor. Climb flight level 230.
Toronto Flare 805 is ready to push with Quebec.
Flyer 805, pushback lane 2, tail east, call for taxi.
Lane 2, tail east, we'll call you for taxi. Flare 805.
Air Canada 724 Toronto, say passing altitude.
Passing 3000 feet for 724.
Air Canada 724, thanks, you're identified. Climb flight level 230 and turn right, direct Rycombe on course.
Climb 230 and direct Hamilton on course.
Oh my god. Oh, these guys are chatting here because Air Canada 890 is in the chat here. It's like, yeah, this 320 is right up my rear end. Well, when you're in a 320 versus a 777. Air Canada 162, continue across runway 06 left and turn the transponder on. Don't turn it off on the ground. Again, at 162, thanks. And what gate are you going to?
135.
Again, at 162. Okay, taxi cross runway 06 left, Alpha Kilo for 135.
Cross 6 left Alpha Kilo for 135 and 162.
And last call for Toronto was carrier only. Try it again in a minute here. Air Canada 890. Contact me once you're airborne. Wind 070 at 12. Clear for takeoff. Runway 05.
Clear for takeoff 05 will contact you airborne Air Canada 890.
Delta 2714 for higher. Center now on 125.77. November 6 Tango, contact Toronto Centre 125.77. Good night. American 1899, behind the departing 777, line up runway 05, caution possible jet blast.
The departing 777, line up wait, American 1899. And Toronto, flight 1090, ready for push and start.
Flair 1090 Toronto, push back onto lane 3, call ready for taxi.
Alright, push back on lane 3, we'll call ready for taxi for flight 1090. And Toronto approach, Tower 2044, requesting direct to JFK.
Skywest 2044 Toronto Tower, good evening. You're cleared to the New York Kennedy Airport via the Kepta Tree departure, Bumpa transition, flight plan route. Depart runway 05, squawk 2271.
We're cleared with a Kepta Tree transition and the Kepta Tree departure via the transition flight plan route. Runway 05, squawk 2201 for 7.
Skywest 2044, just make sure the code is 2271. Air Canada 890, you're identified, climb flight level 230. And Skywest 2044, you got blocked on the squawk code. Just say it one more time. Yeah, Skywest 2044, you got blocked on the previous readback. Just say the squawk code one more time. Hello. It's 2271 for the squawk. Skywest 2044, thanks. The readback is correct information in Toronto's Quebec. Call me when you're ready for pushback. Air Canada 890, direct Verdo on course. American 1899 Toronto, caution possible wake turbulence in the departure 777 2 minutes ago. Contact me once you're airborne. Winds 070, 11, gust 16, clear for takeoff, runway 05. And Air Canada 422, behind the departing 320, line up runway 05. Air Canada 724, contact Toronto Centre now, 125.77. Good night. And Jazz 775, I thought I switched you over to Centre. Give him a call, 2577. Take care. I swear I switched him, but I guess I didn't. Too much going on. Flair 805 Toronto, runway 05, information is Quebec, altimeter 29994, taxi Alpha Tango Romeo, Echo Golf Hotel, cross 15 left and 15 right.
Alpha Tango, Romeo, Echo Golf Hotel, cross 15 left and right for Flair 805.
Air Canada 422 Toronto, contact me once you're airborne. The wind's just vanished on me here. There's 080 at 12, clear for takeoff, runway 05. Rouge 1628 Toronto, line up runway 05 behind the departing 319. American 1899 Toronto, runway, or sorry, yeah, you're identified. Climb flight level 230. All right, someone was looking for me. What's up?
Toronto, Flair 1090, ready for taxi.
Stand by. Flair 1090 Toronto, runway 05, information Quebec, altimeter 29994, taxi Alpha Juliet, Sierra, Echo Golf Hotel, cross runway 15 left and 15 right.
Cross 15 left and 15 right for flight 290.
That's correct. Okay, yeah, if you want to take over tower. Taking all my fun.
This is Skywest 2044. I have a problem on Jeweler waypoint tonight.
Oh my God, oh my God. I didn't realize all this time that it was not coming through. Oh my God. Sorry, Sky was 2044. Sorry, I missed it completely. Say again.
Jeweler isn't invalid in my FMC, so can you get rid of this one by time next to them?
All right, stand by. American 1899, turn right, direct right, come on course.
Turn right, and what was the fix there?
American 1899, direct Rickham. All this time, the audio is not coming through properly.
Canada 422, airborne passing 3,000 feet.
Air Canada 422, Toronto, you're identified, climb 7,000.
Climb 7,000, Air Canada 422.
Air Canada 890 Heavy, Toronto Center now, 125.77.
2577, Air Canada 890, thanks for ATC, have a great night.
Rouge 1628, contact me airborne, the wind's 08011, gust 16, clear for takeoff, 05.
Clear to takeoff 05, contact you in airborne, Rouge 1628.
Okay, I'm going to try and give you a briefing here. So it's a 0...
Tower, Canada 798 Bravo on the ILS 06 right.
Air Canada 798 Bravo, Toronto, the wind 090 at 8, clear to land, runway 06 right.
Clear to land 6 right. Air Canada 798 Bravo.
Air Canada 422, direct dead key on course.
Direct dead key on course, thanks, Air Canada 422.
All right, so price sec, arrivals 06 right and 05 secondary, departure
Toronto,
05.
flight 10 here again. Just to confirm our taxi, you said Alpha Juliet, Juliet, Echo, Golf, Hotel, cross 15 left, and then 15 right for Flare 1090.
And Flare 1090 without Alpha Juliet, then Sierra, Echo, Golf, Hotel, cross 15 left and 15 right.
All right, then Sierra, Echo, Golf, Hotel. Gotcha. For Flare 1090.
Yeah, so now you've just got Flare 805 on the taxi out, 1090 also has the taxi instructions to 05, and I've lost sight of everything else because you logged down and it dropped everything for me. I don't think I had, okay, SkyWest had a problem with his clearance. I couldn't understand what he's trying to say. He said there was a fix that was missing, so I'm going to send him to you. You can fix it. Okay, I'll do it in a second here. Air Canada 422, climb 10,000.
Climb 10,000, Air Canada 422.
And you got one. Okay. SkyWest 2044, contact Toronto Tower now on 118.7, and he'll take care of your flight plan.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Yeah, it's done now. Flare 805, monitor tower 118.7, and let them know when you're ready to go. Okay, your control.
All right, we'll monitor tower and we'll let them know. Thanks, Flare 805.
Sorry, say that again. 88 Bravo. Oh yeah. I'll send him over in a second here. Air Canada 780 Bravo. Cross runway 06 left and call the tower 118.7 for taxi. It's a messy handoff. Rouge 1628, say passing altitude.
Passing 2,000 feet.
Rouge 1628, you're identified, climb 7,000.
Climb 7,000 feet, Rouge 1620.
And Flare 1090, monitor tower now 118.7 for your taxi.
Yep, we'll monitor tower 118.7 for taxi for that today. Thanks.
Air Canada 422, climb flight level 230.
Climb flight level 230, Air Canada 422.
Okay, I didn't realize for all that time that audio was not working there. Rouge 1628, turn right direct, Burley on course. Oh, for frack's sakes.
Turn right direct, Birdie on course, Rouge 1620.
Sometimes I hate the stupid bat situ. This, ugh. I'm not handing you Rouge yet, by the way. Air Canada 1899, contact center 125.77. American 1899, contact Toronto Center 125.77.
125.77, 1899, have a go.
Good one. Rouge 1628, climb 15,000.
Climb 15,000, Rouge 1628.
Air Canada 422, contact Toronto Center now 125.77. Good night.
12577, thanks a lot. Have a great evening. Canada 422.
I can't believe the audio was on the wrong channel all this time. That was a busy evening, and I had the audio going on the wrong bloody channel. Killing me here. I had it on the other channel because it was really bugging me that it was. I've got people talking in my ears. Yeah, and it's part of the whole thing. Like, still people are logging in Toronto though. But yeah, so the trouble is, like, I have people talking in my headset in the controller chat channel. So I tend to, like, normally when I'm controlling, I like to put the airplanes on the ATC channel on my speakers, but that's not the channel that was channeled to the stream. So like the last hour and a bit where we were just like absolutely zooming through, 45 minutes anyways, we were zooming through and you could barely hear anything because it was on the speaker, and then the speaker had to go into my headset. I wish somebody had said something that said that the audio was terrible or something. Because I just started the stream and like I had stuff dumped in my lap. I want to take over a rival, but I feel like it's a bit of a jerk move because the center controller does not have a lot to do right now. I really leaned back in my chair as soon as I gave up tower because that was a position I was originally targeting because I thought it'd be fun. Oh, and now the center controller is saying he's logging off anyway. So Rouge 1628, contact Toronto Center now. Actually, stay with me for now.
Stay with you?
Yeah, Rouge 1628, stay with me for about another 60 seconds. I'll have a handoff for you then.
All right,
Okay, so now I'm going to take over center, so now I'm going to need to dial up some stuff here.
Yeah, departure flare 805 is 2.2 for 5,000.
Flare 805, Toronto departure. Good evening. Identified. Climb flight level 230.
All right, flight level 230, flare 805.
I just want to see this guy fly through that space there. Two shakes of a lamb's tail. Rouge Rouge 1628, contact Toronto Center now, 125.77. Have a good night.
Contact Toronto Center now. Have a good night.
Good night. Flare 805, turn right, direct Rycom on course.
Right, direct Rycom on course, flare 805.
All right, departure's going to close because I'm going to come up on center instead. So tower, send the departures right to center now. Flare 80, disregard. There's definitely an FNO happening, so it's going to get busy again. Flare 805, contact Toronto Center, 125.77.
12577, thanks, flare 805.
Take care. Okay, so I'm logging off as this, and then I'm logging in as this. All right, so now I'm logging into center. Just got to give everything a couple seconds here to percolate through, get my frequency up and primed. Hey. Yeah, I'm just logging on the center now. So
805 Toronto Center, good day, climb to level 230.
All right. Got a little noisy in there. All right.
Air Canada 644, descend 3000.
Down at 3, Air Canada 644.
Flare 805, contact Cleveland Center 12802, good day.
12802, flare 805.
Okay,
Air
so
Canada 644, you said 08, which is 06.
Air Canada 644, I didn't catch that, but descend 3000, plan runway 6 right.
Canada 644 City.
Descend 3000, plan ILS runway 6 right.
Roger that, 3006 right Air Canada 644.
okay, so yeah, so you got the Canada 644, the one going to Montreal, and the one inbound from the north, 1168. Okay, yeah, that's good. I got it. Center's mine. Do we have any other ATISs going here? You did. Let me just. John Matar. I just need the ATIS details. It's Info Bravo. Info Bravo. And looks like landing runway 6 and departing runway 12. What a weird ATIS, but okay. All right, that's fine. Okay, I think I got it here. So now I'm gonna. All right, cool, thanks. All right, so now I've taken over center here. Ben, do you want to take over the Toronto? Yeah, 06 right and 05 price sec. Air Canada 644 Toronto, turn right heading 330.
Right 320, Air Canada 644.
All right, let's get some ATISes up and going here. So first one on my list is always Ottawa because I like to control Ottawa. There are lots of people come and go from to and from Ottawa. Let's see here. What are we doing? 07. Looks like 07's open again in Ottawa. It was closed last week, but looks like it's open again. And it's a Yankee ILS 07. And that's with Kilo. JK. All right, so I'm going to get some stuff going on here. I probably don't need this ground view anymore because I'm not even close to the ground view anymore. I'm not even... All right, and then who's taking over arrival? Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick handoff. Yep. Yeah, is he not... what happened to Arian here? Oh, okay. Sorry, what did you ask for? Update tags. Air Canada 644, turn right heading 030 to intercept with the ILS 06 right.
All right, 330, I want this to low answer for 06 right.
And Toronto Center, flight 10-9, we got handed off to arrivals, but there's only on the frequency. We're just at 5,700.
Yeah, Flare 1090, not a problem. That was the control that was on. He had a technical issue, so I'm taking over for a moment here. You can turn right direct, Reicham on course, climb flight level 230.
All right, turn right, Reicham on course, send up to 230 for Flare 1090.
Air Canada 644, continue the right turn 090 to re-intersect, clear the ILS 6 right.
Was that right turn 090 to re-intercept Canada 6?
All right, we got stuff going on here, but I think it's all okay. Let's see here. Ottawa ground. And I need Ottawa 07. There we go.
Good evening, Toronto Center, Air Canada 225, descending on flight level 310.
Stand by. All right, I believe that was Air Canada 425 calling, or correction, 225 calling.
Affirmative.
Okay, 225 Toronto, good evening. Let's see here. It is information Quebec and Toronto, runway 06 right. One ready, descend, flight level 240.
All right, information Quebec, current Toronto, we'll expect runway 06 right, descend down to 240, Air Canada 225.
All right, sorry, you're back now? Arrival, you're back? Yeah, okay. Do you want to just hang on to flare now? Okay, I'll hang on to flare. I'll just send the 644 straight to the tower, but you can have this guy. One guy at a time. You got some other inbounds coming. Air Canada 1168, contact Toronto arrival now, 132.8. Good evening.
32.8 to Royals for 1168, see ya.
Air Canada 644. Contact the tower now, 118.7. Good night.
Decimal 7, thank you so much, Air Canada 644.
Toronto Center, November 6 Tango, at 3000, ILS 1v7.
Number 6 Tango, Toronto, good evening. It is information Kilo in Ottawa, runway 07, the altimeter 30 inches even. You're cleared the ILS 07.
Cleared ILS 07, November 6 Tango.
All right, so Cleveland wants 30 miles in trail between successive departures here. All right, that's 50 miles. All right, too much chatter there. All right, Air Canada 225 Toronto, continue to descend 7,000. Toronto altimeters 2994.
Sound 7,000, Air Canada 225 heavy.
All right, I got Ottawa ATIS up. Do I need any other ATISes? Let's see, do I have any other airports with people inbound or outbound? I got a London arrival. I don't know why I have Hamilton up, but I got a London arrival, so let's put London up and let's put Hamilton up. But yeah, so I guess the FNO is happening down in New York tonight, so that's definitely piling on some traffic. As we had saw, like in the last hour, there was a lot of departures down to the New York airport, so they want 30 miles in trail going to any of the New York airports, which is fine by me. I don't mind trying to do the work here. If I need to, we'll put the brakes on stuff here. We got lots of departures still in Toronto. We got another 6 departures on the ground. They're mostly going to there's some JFKs. There's all sorts of stuff in there.
Canada 422, ready for descent.
Air Canada 422 Toronto, when ready, descend level 290.
Descend level 290, Canada 422.
November 76 Tango, the Ottawa wind 060 at 6, clear to land, runway 07.
Clear land 07, November 6 Tango.
All right, so what's the ATIS doing in London? London. So it's runway 09. I'm just going to throw it up there because there's somebody inbound to it. I don't see any other better alternative. So let's see here. Runway 09.
Toronto Center, Jazz 8783 with you through flight level 220, headed down to 170.
Jazz 8783 Toronto, good evening. Let's see here. It's runway 06 right for arrivals in Toronto. Information Quebec.
Information Quebec for 6 right in Toronto for Jazz 8783.
Flare 1090 for higher contact. Contact Cleveland Center 12802.
All right, well, contact Cleveland Center 128.02 for Flare 1090. Take care.
Take care. Who this guy?
Hi, Toronto Center. Good evening. TBM Charlie Golf Victor Mike Kilo just came online for level 290 just south of Trenton.
Golf Victor Mike Kilo Toronto, good evening. Squawk 0561.
Fucking 0561, Victor Mikula.
Air Canada 422 Toronto, leave my airspace to the east. The Montreal Centre is not online, switch to 100 frequency. Surveillance service terminates.
Once you just wait, bye-bye, Canada 422, thanks for the service.
Oh, son of a bugger. And November 6 Tango Toronto. I got traffic on the ground in Ottawa that is crossing your runway. Looks like he's crossed it now. I'm going to keep an eye on him. Your landing clearance is still valid for now.
So landing clearance still valid, and we'll look up for traffic into the 6 Tango.
Jazz 8783, Toronto, descend 1000. The Toronto altimeter is 2994.
Down to 1000 and 2994 for Jazz 8783.
Victor Mike Kilo identified 290.
Thank you.
All right. I'm guessing this is 37. What's 37? Boston 2, so 34.7, same one as before. November 6 Tango, welcome to Ottawa. Left on Foxtrot if you got it. November 6 Tango, welcome to Ottawa. Kid Taxi, Foxtrot, and Bravo to the apron of your choice. Have a good night.
Foxtrot Bravo to apron, November 6 Tango. Thank you.
Victor Mike Kilo, Boston Center now, 134.7. Good night.
Boston 34.7. Thanks for your help. Victor Mike, good night.
This guy's just going to rocket out of here anyway, so you know what? Do what you want sometimes. I will admit that I didn't see him moving, but like, still, when people start messaging you on the network, you would think you would contact people. Let's see here. All right, that does. Jazz 8783, contact Toronto arrival now, 132.8. G'day.
Over to 132.8 for Jazz 8783. Thanks for the HC.
Take care. Okay, my phone kept beeping at me, but I guess not. All right, so it's a little bit quiet now. Let's see how this goes here. Still got a steady stream of departures out of Toronto, and now the event has started in earnest. None of the New York airports look that busy. Newark with 11 departures, but LaGuardia's only got 6. JFK's got 5. It's really not all that many. Boston's got 7. I mean, between all the New York airports, it adds up to a fair bit. There's someone on Caldwell, someone at Teterboro. And there's lots of sort of stuff happening around there, but anyways. Oh, it kills me. It kills me still that during the best part of the stream, the first 45 minutes where I was doing the whole Toronto ground position by myself, and it wasn't streaming the audio properly. That just kills me when I do that sort of stupidity.
Toronto Center, Canadian Regional 4417, IFR, JFK.
Canadian Regional 4417, Toronto, good evening. You're cleared to JFK via the Ottawa 4 departure. Radar vectors ICLAX, flight plan route. And departure runway is supposed to be runway 07, squawk 0534.
Canadian Regional 4417, cleared JFK. Flight plan route to Ottawa 4, squawking 0534, and any chance off 32 this evening.
And Canadian Regional 4417, the Ottawa winds are showing 080 at 8. You're okay with that for 32?
Negative. We'll take 07 for Canadian Regional 4417.
All right, Canadian Regional 4417, then the readback is correct. The information in Ottawa is Kilo. When you're ready, you can taxi runway 32, hold short of 07, and I'll just get you to backtrack from there when you're ready for takeoff.
Taxi 32, hold short 07, Canadian Regional 4417.
Toronto Center, Air Canada 225 Heavy.
Air Canada 225.
Do you want me to go over to approach?
And Air Canada 225, I'm actually just trying to get a handoff standby. For some reason, it's not coming up at all. Oh, there it is. Frack, it's like buried in the middle of this giant list of like 17 positions. Like, sometimes the things that they do here. Air Canada 225, you can contact arrival now, 132.8.
132.8, see you.
On the center,
And Sky West 2044, I believe that was you. You're identified. Continue climb flight level 230. It's just coming in very quiet. You might need to move the mic a little bit closer.
Climb to 230 for 7.
All right. Well, he called me because I can hand him straight to Boston. So it's like, everyone everyone's like, I didn't know that Toronto controlled. It's like, okay, but if somebody chats to you and says, hey, I'm controlling this airport, tune them up because like just generally, like isn't it nicer to have the control the whole way? I would have thought, anyways. Skywest 2044, contact Cleveland Center now, 128.02. Good day.
Cleveland Center 128.0.
Good night. The only trouble with the New York event is that as center controller, it's kind of a bit of a lousy, you get a little bit of a lousy hand because you talk to these guys for about 4 minutes between the departure controller and the Cleveland controller, if even that. I swear there was something that looked like they were out of Toronto there. Oh well. Maybe this will turn into a boring stream and maybe I'll pull the plug early and go do some more studying. Well, there's lots of departures out of Toronto though. Just got to stick with it. Let's see here, LFTM, Cleveland, JFK, VRMM, JFK, Pittsburgh, LaGuardia. Like a lot of these departures are south over to Cleveland, and that just ends up being boring. It does. Canadian Regional 4417, Toronto. You contact me once you're airborne. backtrack runway 07 as far as desired. The wind's now 070 at 7. Clear for takeoff, runway 07.
Contact you in the air, backtrack in 07, clear for takeoff 07, speed regional 4417.
Roger. All right, we got somebody departing to the northwest here. Who this guy? Who this guy? He is WestJet going to Calgary. All right, so we'll be talking to him for a little while, unless he's taking the Ursel. Oh, he's taking the Ursel for Cased route. Well, okay. Don't think I have a mini. Oh, I do have a mini center. I've got so many things in my list here. It's hard for me to see what I got here. Oh, I do have Minneapolis. There it is. Yeah. Okay, we got mini. So, but I do like that. Like, as a controller, one of my biggest pet peeves is of the things that I have to do is no further ATCs online. Switch to the onboard frequency. I hate that. I'd much rather hand you to the next guy and have it just be continuous control. Because I fly that so often. I do mostly daytime flying during the week times when no ATC's online. So I end up being the guy who's always getting turfed to Unicom. If I talk to one controller, I'm lucky, and then I get turfed to Unicom again. What was I doing? I was doing like a LA Toronto flight a little while ago, and yeah, I got the one controller I think that came online was Minneapolis. I talked to Minneapolis, and I was only in his airspace for about 20-25 minutes, and then back off to Unicom. I would much rather be talking to people. I'd much rather be handing people to other controllers than send them to Unicom. I mean, you do what you got to do, and if you got to send them to Unicom, so be it. But there's a Qatari coming through here. There's definitely quite a few airplanes coming in here. Look at these arrival streams. Those are actually looking very nice and organized, I gotta say. Those are looking very nice. I can't see any of the airways down here. I don't have any airway data, but you can see the stars. They're nice and organized. One of them's for JFK, one of them's for LaGuardia, one of them's for Newark. Very nice, very organized, though. I like it. I like it. Definitely working hard down there, but half these guys aren't even showing up as being controlled, but I may not even be in range of the controllers because there's a lot of ATC down there. So they got to be on with some controller. I just might be out of range of the controllers that are actually controlling that area. Yeah, and in all honesty, as much as I'm enjoying the stream, I will probably not go off the distance of like a 4-hour stream today. I probably pull the plug a little bit early because, well, right now it's a little bit boring. I don't think it's going to stay that way, but more just because I got up really early this morning. So even as I'm sitting here trying to drink a caffeinated drink, when that runs out, and that's my last caffeinated drink, yeah, I'm going to be quite tired. I'm definitely going to run out of steam early tonight as opposed to compared to a lot of other evenings just because, yeah, I got up extremely early, about as early as I ever wake up. And I even had I had like a quick little 15-minute power nap in the middle of the afternoon because I went for a run after I was done work and I was tired and just like I was trying to study and my brain was just shutting off as I was studying. I don't think I took in anything I really studied because my brain was just like I was trying to listen and watch these presentations that are not the most stimulating presentations in the world, and I'd get like it just halfway through a slide and my head would just start the head bobbing and the eye drooping and tried to power through it and it was not good.
Toronto Tower, WestJet 675, climbing through 14,800 for 230.
WestJet 675 Toronto, good evening. Climb flight level 270.
270, WestJet 675.
Canadian Regional 4417 through 1,800.
Canadian Regional 4417 Toronto, thanks. Identified, climb 13,000.
Maintain 13,000. Canadian Regional 4417.
we have a lot of arrivals coming to Toronto, though? I would imagine there must be probably a bunch of people departing New York that want to come to Toronto, though, I think.
Toronto Center, good day. Swoop 247 on the ground at Hamilton, requesting Iron Road, Chicago.
And swoop at Hamilton, standby. Yeah.
Roger.
That all got purged. What are they doing in Hamilton here? I don't think I ever put up the 8 in Hamilton. I said I was going to put up, did I? All right, I did not. So it's Lima.
Toronto Center, November 788 Gulf Lima, passing through 19,000 for flight level 230.
November 788 Golf Lima, climbing flight level 230, roger.
And November 788 Gulf Lima, requesting 5 from the flight deck.
It's approved. Let me know when you're back.
Roger, we'll advise I'm back.
All right, swoop 247 Toronto. Let's see here. You're cleared to Chicago O'Hare via the Hamilton 9 departure and your flight plan route. Departure runway is 12, squawk 0565.
Clear to Chicago O'Hare via the Hamilton 9 departure, flight plan route. Departing runway 12 and squawk 0565, swoop 247.
Swoop 247. Thanks. The readback is correct. I've just put up information. The Lima in Hamilton. Give me a call when you're ready for a taxi.
Okay, ready for taxi and Lima on board. Swoop 247.
Canadian Regional 4417. Turn right direct Rito on course. Climb flight level 280.
Right, redo on course and climb to flight level 280. Canadian Regional 4417.
WestJet 675. Climb flight level 340.
Climb 340, WestJet 675.
November. No. Disregard. He said he was stepping away for a minute. What's up?
Toronto Center, good evening. Qatari 18, Mike, heavy flight 310.
Stand by. Sorry, I missed half that. You got stepped on. Sorry, can you say it one more time? Okay, that's weird, but okay. Sounds good. And that was Qatari 18 Mike at flight level 310.
Affirmative, Qatari 18, Mike.
Roger, thank you.
Toronto Center, good afternoon. Kendo 122, passing 10,600 for 230.
Air Canada 122 Toronto. Hello, climb flight level 230.
230, wanted.
I see you coming, American 7 Heavy. Canadian Regional 4417. Go direct Vibru.
Direct Vibru, Canadian Regional 4417.
And November 788 Golf Lima, you back? Shouldn't have let him get 5 minutes, whatever. It's fine. guess I should bring up the ground view for Hamilton here. I am just staring off into space, more or less. Yeah, and I think I'm already zoning out. It's only been like an hour, but it's just been a long day. I did a lot today. I did some studying. I did some other stuff. Did that run. And of course I worked. So it all adds up to a lot of stuff I've done. November 788 Golf Lima, are you back?
And Center November 788 Golf Lima, we're back.
November 788 Golf Lima, thank you. Contact Cleveland Center for hire on 128.02.
12802, sorry for the delay. 788 Golf Lima, have a good night.
Good night. Canadian Regional 4417, climb flight level 310.
Climb to flight level 310, Canadian Regional 4417.
Air Canada 122 Heavy, Cleveland Center now, 128.02 for hire. Have a good night.
12802, Canada 122, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, we got a couple of arrivals coming inbound, so it's going to get interesting again a little bit here. Just debating. I know that normally as we get aircraft coming through this area here approaching Syracuse, the center, the handoff to Boston Center is usually supposed to be 310, I believe, for New York area arrivals. It's not in the LOAs, but from my experience, that's always been the way it's been handled. So I'm not sure if that applies or not. I'm going to go with 310. And Canadian Regional 4417. I'm going to have to limit you to flight level 310 here because they're going to start you down here just after you get over to Boston. So you're going to show 310 for the final tonight.
Fair to maintain 310, Canadian Regional 4417.
It's funny, there's two 37s. There's a C37 for Cleveland and a Boston's 37.
Toronto Center, Phenom November 298 Romeo Juliet, climbing 14,200 and leveling at 15,000.
And 8 Romeo Juliet Toronto, climb flight level 220.
Climb to flight level 220, Phenom 8 Romeo Juliet.
Canadian Regional 4417, contact Boston Center now, 134.7. Good night.
134.7, Canadian Regional 4417. Good night.
Oh, I lost my swoop. Where'd my swoop go? Swoop's gone. No more swoop for you. No swoop for you. WestJet 675, contact the Minneapolis Center now, 133.4. Good night.
Going to Minneapolis Center, 133.4. WestJet 675, have a good one.
Yeah, I just find myself zoning out without even realizing it. I'm sitting a little bit to the side here because my chair is a little bit over there, so maybe I'll just turn that a little bit. Yeah, I don't know how many hours I'm going to make it this. I'm going to keep going for a little while longer because I'm having fun now, and it looks like we got a slew of arrivals here. So let's make it interesting here for the next couple of minutes. American 7 Toronto, are you here? He knows it's coming up because it looks like he was accelerating time. And it looks
Toronto Center, good evening. Air Canada 503. 350, directed query.
Air Canada 503 Toronto, good evening. When ready, descend, flight level 310.
When ready, down to 310, Canada 503.
Air Canada 503, information Toronto is Quebec, plan runway 06 right for arrival.
Alright, we will plan for 6 right for Air Canada 503.
So weird to have 37 and Charlie 37. That's so confusing. I thought for a second, I'm like, aren't they the same controller? But they're not. Charlie 37 is Cleveland. 37 is just a Boston.
Very good evening, Toronto Center. This is American 7 with you, flight level 360.
American 7 Toronto Center, good evening. Squawk 0522.
0522, American 7.
American 7 Heavy Toronto, thank you. You're identified at flight level 380. Good evening. And I'm sorry, flight level 360. My apologies. Need glasses. Oh, just too far away.
Good evening to you all. American 7.
Air Canada 427 Toronto, are you here? Air Canada 223 Toronto, are you here?
Toronto Center, hello. Air Canada 427, we're with you. Flight level 360.
Air Canada 427 Toronto Center, good evening. Squawk 0545.
K0545 for Air Canada 427.
There's a little better. I'm really in this very much just like lean back, and this is going to be just an easygoing stream. I just don't have the stamina to keep going for a long time. It's been a long day. Air Canada 427 Toronto, thanks. You're identified at flight level 360. The Toronto information is Quebec. Runway is 06 right for arrivals. One ready to descend, flight level 240.
Okay, when ready, 240, we'll grab Quebec. Any chance we could get the ILS, the Autoland for 06 left for Air Canada 427?
Air Canada 427, I think the ILS for 6 left is offline, if I recall correctly. And yeah, it's the NOTAM here. Unfortunately, the ILS for 6 left is offline until October 4th.
Okay, we'll plan the 6 right then for Air Canada 427.
And Air Canada 427, if you want to practice the Cat 2 or a Cat 3, I can see if 05 is available for you. I think there's some departures, but I'm sure they could squeeze in one arrival.
You know what? I'm testing a hot fix for a Fly Tampa update that just released. That's why I wanted 06 left. But if you can't make it happen, it's fine. I can do it later. No worries.
All right, Air Canada 427. Let me talk to the arrival controller and see what he can say.
Okay, thanks.
Toronto Center, good evening. American 241 climbing 13,000 for flight level 230 inbound Dryken.
Air Canada 1241 Toronto, good evening. Climb flight level 230.
Climbing level 230, American 1241.
Air Canada 503, one ready to send, flight level 240.
240, one ready, Air Canada 503.
Arrival from center. I got Air Canada 427 inbound from Montreal. He's requesting the ILS 06 left. He wants to test the Fly Tampa scenery, test the localizer on it. Are you okay with that? Okay. And Air Canada 427, I talked to the arrival controller. It looks like they can put it on for you, so you can plan the ILS to 06 left.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that. We'll turn the ILS 6 left for Air Canada 427.
No problem. Air Canada 223 Toronto, are you here? November 298 Romeo Juliet, contact Cleveland Center now, 119.87. Good night.
Over to 19.87, Phenom 8 Romeo Juliet. Have a good one. Thank you.
Good night.
Toronto Center, good day. Canada 223 Heavy, flight level 380.
Air Canada 223 Toronto, good evening. Squawk 0553.
Squawk 0553, Air Canada 223.
American 1241 for hire, contact Cleveland Center now, 128.02.
12802, American 1241, see it.
Take care. Air Canada 223 Toronto. Air Canada 223, there it is. Thank you. You're identified at flight level 380. The Toronto information is it is Quebec. Runway 06 right. When ready, descend flight level 240.
240, runway 06 right, one ready, Air Canada 223.
Toronto Center, this is American 7. Any chance we can get 380?
American 7, that's approved. Climb flight level 380.
380, American 7, thank you.
Air Canada 503, descend 7,000. Toronto altimeter 294.
7,000 for Air Canada 503.
In Air Canada, 427, we're vacating 360 for flight level 240.
Air Canada 427, thanks. One ready now, descend 1000. The Toronto altimeter 294.
Okay, 1000, 294, Air Canada 427.
Oops, I still have tower frequency set up here. That's funny. From when I was monitoring it earlier. So I got the text for tower. Oops. Oh well. Not a terribly busy evening with a number of controllers online. If this was me by myself, I'd be working like a dog. It's probably a good thing, although the adrenaline starts pumping. Yeah, I think if I was working ground too, there's 9 departures in Toronto. There's even 2 at City right now. I'd be feeling the pressure if I was doing that. So it's kind of nice that like you can take your time, you can really kind of monitor everything without losing track of individual things because there's so much going on. And that's the way it should be. Like to provide the best service overall for everyone, you do need enough controllers where nobody is saturated to the point where they cannot monitor and do the job they're trying to do. But that being said, personally, I just love to push the limit. I like to see how far I can take it before I run out of that steam. So far, so good.
Toronto Center, good evening. November 4 Charlie, passing 210 to 230.
November 4 Charlie Juliet Toronto, good evening. I'll have higher for you at about 15 miles here.
Roger.
Gotta hand him off to Cleveland first. I just want to see him sort of start to at least come through.
Toronto Center, Decathlon, Charlie Golf, Mike Romeo Sierra with you.
Charlie Golf, Mike Romeo Sierra, Toronto.
Toronto Center, Charlie Golf, Mike Romeo Sierra is 2,200 feet, just coming up on Port Credit, heading eastbound towards City Center for a full stop.
And Charlie Golf, Mike Romeo Sierra, just go straight to City Tower on 118.2.
Switching to City Tower on 118.2, Golf Mike Romeo Sierra, thank you.
Air Canada 223, sorry, was it descend flight level 240 or 230?
Air Canada 223, your discretion, flight level 240.
Okay, 240, my discretion, Air Canada 233.
November 4, Charlie Juliet, contact Cleveland Center for Hire on 128.02. Good night.
Alright, on to 802. Good night, for Charlie Juliet.
Air Canada 427, contact Toronto arrival now, 132.8. Good night.
32.8, we'll talk to you later, Air Canada 427.
Good night. Qatari 18 Mike Heavy, Toronto. Contact Boston Center now, 134.7. Good night.
Qatari 18 Mike Heavy, 124.7, bye-bye.
And just to make sure it's 134.7?
Sorry, 134.7, Qatari 18 Mike Heavy, bye-bye.
You got it. Good night. It's a nice workload. Like it's a very light workload at the end of the day. I'm not working hard. It's steady, but I'm able to definitely monitor everything and keep an eye on everything that's going on. I've got one guy who's 4 minutes away from being handed to arrival. I've got another guy who's about 2 minutes away from getting a further descent clearance, and I got another guy who's about 15 minutes away from getting handed over to. I think he's going to go to Minneapolis, or is he going to go down to Cleveland? No, he's going down to Cleveland. Actually, he will get down to Cleveland there. Okay, he's going straight to Cleveland. Lost my Hamilton guy. Nobody in Ottawa. Nobody sneaking up from the north. A lot of stuff happened to the south, and it's like we're on that buffer. We're on that edge. It's like to the south, craziness happening. To the north, it's a bit of a snooze fest. How long have I been online now? 2 hours almost? Yeah, 2 hours. I like being online, but it's not very stimulating tonight, and I am just tired. Let's see how it goes here. Arrivals. We got a lot of departures from Toronto. Not so many arrivals. We do have a few underway here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a bunch until about, there's a whole fistful until about 01 Zulu, and then there's not a whole lot happening after that right now. There's a bunch of pre-files and a few that are departing out of Winnipeg, Detroit, Los Angeles. Los Angeles, that guy's not going to be here for hours. Yeah. Just trying to decide when's an appropriate time to take my leave of this place, because it's been fun, but I'm already kind of almost searching for a way out. Air Canada 223, descend 1000, altimeter Toronto 294.
1000 at Alton Route 2994, Canada 223.
Air Canada 503, Toronto Center.
Air Canada 503, go ahead.
Alright, so I want to make sure you didn't want me over to arrival yet for Air Canada 503.
Nope, still with me for a couple more minutes.
Roger.
Just looking at StatSim here, just out of curiosity. Toronto, this week on statsim.net, 606 operations in total puts us at the 19th on in the world, which is not bad. Behind EDDH, which is, it's not Dusseldorf, is that Munich? No, that's Munich is EDDM. But yeah, EDDF, Dusseldorf, 1,900 operations. Heathrow, 1,800 operations. Amsterdam, 1,200 operations. Like these places have twice as many operations we have. Boston, 832. Boston is the highest North American airport. It's number 7. LAX at number 9. Atlanta, number 14. And then Toronto, number 19. So it's the I would say Boston, Atlanta. Yeah. Fourth busiest VATSIM airport in North America. For some reason from the east, it does not like it here. From the west, I should say, going to the east. Air Canada 503, contact arrival now on 132.8. Good night.
132.8. Have a great night, Air Canada 503.
Which, I mean, and 600 operations in a week is pretty reasonable. It's almost 100 operations a day, and that's this week. So that's 100 operations a day, because that's it's the week's not even over yet. So that's a very respectable schedule, actually, or a very respectable traffic level of almost 100 operations a day. Yesterday, 27 September, in total for the whole day, there's about 150 operations. So it's very reasonably respectable. Somebody's beeping something at me there. There they are. See the chart by hour here. I'm just pulling it up here, and yeah, last night they had their Toronto Thursday, and that was definitely a peak there. They had 22 arrivals and 9 departures at the very peak, with 17 departures and 11 arrivals the previous hour. 14 the hour before that, so a very nice peak. But then tonight we're having a very big peak as well. 14 departures for 1 hour, 10 departures the next hour. That's about as busy as it gets. With, of course, the common call sign being Air Canada, 57.9% of all operations, and another 10.5% for Rouge, which is still Air Canada. Then 7.7% for WestJet, 6.7% for American. American, Delta, United coming even ahead of Jazz, Flair. And most popular aircraft types, the 737-800, the 777 Whiskey, and a 321, lots of 321 operations. I've done a couple of 321 operations this week. So two of those operations were me for sure. Yesterday, I did a departure and an arrival in Toronto yesterday on the 321, and the 25th I did 2 as well. Oh, geez. Somebody's holding down their push to talk. And somebody's holding down their push to talk. Just be careful. Somebody's holding down their push to talk. Na na da da. All right, and I'm sending him right back up to you, right back up to the next guy on text. I don't have to worry about him at all. That's the thing is like I don't do a lot of climbing. Like this stretch here, the terminal's already climbing to 230. I keep him at 230. Cleveland gets them higher. Is this Toronto arrival here? No, that's Chicago arrival. There's a lot of stuff going to New York. I don't see a lot of Toronto arrivals happening right now. There's still 8 departures to come out, though. Lots of people going to JFK here. What's up? Yeah, that's fine. I can take care of it for now and see how it works. See how it goes. Hmm. I kind of want to see what's going on the ground in Toronto right now, just to see if they really are getting these departures out of here. Yeah, there's a couple here. I'll stick around for a little while longer because I'm just, like I said, I'm not feeling it right now. Not feeling it tonight. I was kind of enjoying it at first, and I'm just, I think it's boredom's kicking in. I very much find myself unable to focus. And I really just can't even focus my mind enough to find some other stuff to talk about while I'm waiting for stuff to happen. It's just, it's not the most exciting stream today, I'm afraid. I'm sorry, people. I kind of thought about that too. It's like, this is my one kind of chance this weekend to kind of have a stream. So it was kind of a now or never kind of deal. But as I'm sitting here doing it, I'm like, I'm just feeling very tired. You're coming in from Vegas. Was that you in 503? Yeah, that was you in 503, right? No, 503 was from Chicago. Where are you then? Coming in from Vegas. Are you... I have one departure.
Air Canada 223 radio check.
Air Canada 223, stand by. Air Canada 223, contact arrival now 132.8.
Arrival 132.8, Air Canada 223, bye-bye.
Good night.
Center, Turkish 18.
Turkish 18, Toronto, good evening. And Turkish 18, climb flight level 350.
Climb flight level 350, Turkish 18.
Toronto Center, Rouge 227, good evening.
Rouge 227, Toronto, good evening at 15,000, climb flight level 230.
Climb flight level 230, Rouge 227.
Seeing all these southbound departures to all the New York, Cleveland type airports. 35 miles, 20 miles, 3, 4, 5 minutes, and they're off to the next guy. Off to the races. Okay, yeah, okay. Sorry, I missed that. You're in Denver airspace. The game crashed. You were Air Canada 890. You scrapped it. I'm sorry to hear that too. That always sucks. I will 100% sympathize with that because that just sucks. And then I definitely I feel that I never feel the once it's like the sim has crashed during a flight, I never want to pick it up again and do it again. Like the whole rigmarole of the aircraft setup and everything else, I never want to do that. Once I've done it once and then the sim has just crashed. It's just like I will just throw in the towel. If I can find another flight to do, then I might consider doing that, depending on how much time I've got left to kind of muck around in the sim. But yeah, I feel that. I feel your pain, man. I've had many sim crashes in my day. MSFS is pretty stable for the most part. I haven't had. I will say I don't want to jinx anything, but I have not.
Toronto Center, good evening. This is dashboard 2135 passing 2,500.
Ooh. Dashboard 2135 Toronto, good evening. Identified climb 8,000.
Climb 8,000, dashboard 2135.
Dashboard 2135, you can go direct Rycom.
Say again.
Dashboard 2135, go direct Rycom.
Direct Rycom, dashboard 2135.
Toronto Center, Air Canada 1815 with you at flight level 150, climbing to flight level 230.
Air Canada 1815, continue climb 230. Air Canada 1815 Toronto, speed 300 knots or faster, please.
Toronto Center, Air Canada 1815. Did you say to fly at 300 knots?
Air Canada 1815, affirmative, speed 300 or faster.
Roger. Increase to 300 knots, Air Canada 1815.
Rouge 227, contact Cleveland Center now, 128.02.
Rouge Centre, oh my goodness, Rouge over to 128025, Rouge 227.
Good night. Go ahead. Anything happening? Okay, understood.
Toronto Center, dashboard 2135. We just received a traffic advisory.
Yeah, up dashboard 2135. Turn right heading 210.
Right heading 210, dashboard 2135.
This traffic right over here is descending, and I'm not sure what he's doing.
Roger.
Center, dashboard 2143, 1,600 for 3,000 off the city.
Air Canada 1815, Cleveland Center now, 128.02.
Cleveland Center 128.02, Air Canada 1815.
And Air Canada 1815, let him know the speed you're doing as well.
Roger.
Dashboard 2143, Toronto, good evening. Climb 5,000.
5,000, dashboard 2143.
Hello, Toronto Center, Air Canada 1590 Heavy, passing 8,000 and approach for the speed restriction 270 on us.
Air Canada 1590 Toronto, speed's your discretion and climb flight level 230.
Alright, flight level 320, delete speed restriction, Air Canada 1590 Heavy.
Air Canada 1590, you got it, except that the altitude is 230.
230, Air Canada 1590 Heavy, sorry.
Dashboard 2135, that heading's actually going to work out for me because I need a little bit of in-trail spacing for JFK, so I'll have you back on course here in about another 2 minutes.
Roger, we'll just continue on this heading.
Thank you. Dashboard 2143, direct NATM on course.
Direct NATM on course, dashboard 2143.
And can we get higher, dashboard 2135?
Dashboard 2135, let's see here, climb flight level 230.
Climb flight level 230, dashboard 2135, appreciate it.
American 7, contact Cleveland Center now, 119.87.
119.87 for American 7. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Good night. And dashboard 2143, actually I'm going to need some in-trail spacing here for Newark, so turn right heading 210.
Okay, 210, dashboard 2143.
Toronto Center United 5950 with you, passing through 11,000.
United 5950 Toronto, good evening. Turn right heading 210, vectors for in-trail spacing to JFK.
Okay, heading again, please.
Heading 210, United 5950.
Okay, 210, 5950.
This is American 7. Can we get the frequency again, please?
American 7, it's 119.87 for Cleveland.
119.87, thank you.
And dashboard 2135, turn left direct bumper.
Left direct bumper, dashboard 2135.
Air Canada 1590, Cleveland Center now, 128.02.
Right with Cleveland 128.2, Air Canada 1590 Heavy.
Air Canada 1590, close, it's 128.02.
128.0.2, Air Canada 1590 Heavy.
Dashboard 2143, climb 11,000.
11,000, dashboard 2143.
United 5950, make the heading 270.
270, 5950.
Dashport 2135, speed 2. Let's see here. Can you do speed 270 or faster for me in the climb?
What's it showing for me right now for you?
Right now I'm seeing 270 over the ground. Can you pick it up even by another 20 or 30 knots?
Negative. I can give you 10 knots at most.
All right, well, Dashport 2135, best forward speed for now, please.
Roger, fast forward.
United 5950, go left direct bumper on course.
Okay, left direct bump 5950.
Dashport 2135, Cleveland Center now for hire on 128.02. Good night.
128.03, dashboard 2135.
And Dashport 2135, 128.02.
128.02, dashboard 2135. Thank you.
Dashport 2143, you can go direct APA on course.
Direct APA on course, dashport 2143. Thanks.
Evening, Toronto Center, Cafe 094 with you, flight level 350, 78 back to Sault Ste. Marie.
Cathay 094 Toronto, good evening. Squawk code 0543.
0543, Cafe 094.
United 5950, you can contact Cleveland Center now, 128.02 for hire. Just let them know you're in the turn direct bumper.
Yeah, turning right to bumper. Can you give me the festival again?
United 5950, Cleveland Center, 128.02. He'll get you higher.
Okay, Cleveland 12802, United 5950.
Dashport 2143, climb 15,000.
15,000, dashport 2143.
Good day, Toronto Center, American 1987, passing 19,000 for the 20,000.
American 1987 Toronto Center, good evening. You're going to have Vector here for in-trail sequence to Kennedy. Turn right heading 240.
Right, 240 for the sequence of 19.
Just adjust. Yeah.
Dashport 2143, contact Cleveland Center now, 128.02 for hire.
2802, dashport 2143. Nice to see ya.
Nice to see you. Who is Dashport 2143? It is. Cow, okay.
Toronto Center, travel with once is kilometer 250, speed 270.
Cargo Lux 16 Toronto, good evening. Continue climb, flight level 230.
November 230, Carlos 16.
Actually, Cargo Lux 16 Heavy, stop the climb, flight level 220.
Level November 220, Carlos 16.
Sorry, go ahead.
Just adjust 778 level 210.
Okay, we'll do. First of all, Cathay. It's all good. Cathay 94, you identified flight level 350. I needed something to do anyways. It's keeping me interested now. And sorry, Jazz 775, correction 778, Toronto, good evening. It's information Romeo in Toronto, runway 06 right for arrivals.
Romeo and 06 right for arrival, Jazz 778.
Jazz 778, when ready to send 7,000, altimeter 2994.
2997, then run ready 7000, Jazz 778.
Toronto, good evening, Asiana 587 Heavy, maintaining follow by 350.
And who was that call?
No, Asiana 587.
587.
Turkish 16, I change now the frequency for Unico, and have a good night.
Was that Asiana 587 calling?
No problem.
Asiana 587, squawk 0506.
Fox 0506, Asiana 587.
Turkish 18 Heavy, yes, go to Unicom 122.8, good night.
Okay, thank you. Have a good night.
American 1987, turn left direct X-Tall.
Direct X-Tall 1987.
Asiana 587, identified flight level 350.
No problem, Asiana 587.
Asiana 587, contact Boston Center now 134.7.
134.7, Asiana 587, goodbye.
Bye-bye. American 1987 for higher contact Cleveland Center 128.02.
128.2 of Cleveland Center 19.
And that's 128.02 for Cleveland.
128.02 19.
Cargo Lex 16 Heavy, contact Cleveland Center now for higher on 128.02.
Cleveland 12802, Carlos 16.
Toronto Center, good evening, WestJet 354 with you, flight level 340.
WestJet 354, Toronto, good evening. I was like, why is he at 34? And then, oh, he's going to Vancouver, not Toronto. I saw CY and I kind of just, my brain kind of skipped. Oh, you guys are chatting here and I'm not even, oh yeah, and that too, yeah. So yeah, you do a flight, you just reach the boundary, and the controllers log off in front of you. I'm the queen of that, I swear. It seems to happen to me every time I log on. So, yeah, I feel pity for you for that too. It's just the nature of the network, and I always feel bad. I honestly do. Whenever I log off and I see people coming, I always feel bad. Like I don't want to log off when I see people coming or when I have people in my airspace. But at the same time, like there's comes a point where like my brain is just like it's either my brain is no longer able to function or I know I have to go to bed because I have to get up in the morning. It's like this could go on all night. Literally, if you're the last guy, if you're the last controller standing, you could literally be here all night sometimes. So yeah, it's good to kind of. Sometimes it's good to just know when to pull the plug, and like I said, like I think tonight might be one of those nights where I pull the plug a little bit earlier.
Toronto Center, flight 2525, which is good to you, passing 3000.
Flyer 2525, Toronto, good evening, identified, climb flight level 230.
Climb flight level 230, flight 2525.
What's up?
Toronto Center, good day. Canada 223 with you again on the missed approach.
Air Canada 223, Toronto, identified, turn right heading 150 and maintain 3000.
Right 150, maintain 3000, Air Canada 223.
Air Canada 223, I misspoke, climb 4000.
4000, Air Canada 223.
Flare 2525, reaching 5000, turn right, direct Rycom on course.
Right, Air Canada 223, request vectors.
Flare 2525, reaching 5000, direct Rycom on course.
Flare 2525, pass 5000, tower is mobile.
Wow, that was totally broken up. Just say that again.
Flight 2525 will be heading, will fly heading mobile.
Flare 2525 negative, go direct Rycom on course.
Clear the Rycom on course, flight 2525.
Air Canada 223, what was the heading again? I'm so sorry for the confusion.
Air Canada 223, make it heading 180.
180, Air Canada 223.
At least it's kind of piquing my interest again, though. Now things are actually kind of happening. The fact that I'm doing the terminal airspace, it makes it a little bit more interesting. Sometimes center can be fun when it's doing a lot of stuff, but center can also, or when the workload is high enough. But center by itself can be a pretty boring job sometimes.
Toronto Center, Voyager 904 is airborne, passing 1.8 for 5.
Voyager 904, Toronto, thank you, identified. Let's see here, climb, flight level, climb 7000.
7,000, Voyager 904.
Air Canada 873, level off by Austin 50170.
Air Canada 873, Toronto, descend 1000. Toronto information is Romeo, runway 06 right.
Descent 1000, information Romeo, active Air Canada 876.
Voyager 904, turn right direct Burley.
Right, Burley for Voyager 904.
Air Canada 223, mayday, fuel.
Air Canada 223, fly heading 240.
240, Air Canada 223. Air Canada 223, we can accept the ILS.
Air Canada 223, roger. Would you like a short turn to the ILS, or are you okay to go to the full 10 miles?
We should be okay for the full 10 miles, Air Canada 223.
Roger, Air Canada 223. When able, say souls on board, fuel remaining, and dangerous goods status.
Stand by. Air Canada 223, 349 souls on board, and we have 3,400 kilograms left of fuel.
Air Canada 223, thank you. Voyager 904, vectors for traffic, fly heading 240, climb 15,000.
240, 15,000, Voyager 904.
Air Canada 223, request short final.
Air Canada 223, roger. I'll turn you at the FAF. I'll have lower for you just a moment.
Roger.
Departure, releasing Air Canada 8544, coming 3,000.
Air Canada 8544, Toronto, good evening. Climb 6,000.
Up 6,000, 8544.
You're identified. Air
Toronto Center, WestJet 2425 through 22,300 for 16,000.
WestJet 2425, thanks. Information Romeo, runway 06 right. Air Canada 223, descend 3,000.
3,000, Air Canada 223.
Air Canada 8544, turn right direct mobile on course.
Direct to mobile, Air Canada 8544.
And Air Canada 223, are you in visual conditions right now?
Air Canada 223, affirmative, but we'd like ILS.
Okay, I'll have a turn for you in about just about a mile or two here.
Roger.
Voyager 904, turn left direct Oakville, climb flight level 230.
230, left direct Oakville for Voyager 904.
Air Canada 873, climb 8,000.
Canada 873, comes 8,000 for...
Air Canada 8544, climb flight level 230.
Climb 230, Air Canada 8544.
Air Canada 223, turn right heading 350, descend 2,000 VFR.
Right, 330, descend 2,000 VFR, Canada 223.
Flare 2525, Cleveland Center now 128.02.
Cleveland Center 128, flight 2525.
And flight 2525, I just want to make sure you got it. 128.02.
128.02 for Cleveland Center for flight 25.
You got it. Air Canada 223, continue the right turn 030 to intercept. You cleared the ILS 06 right.
Right, 030 to intercept, cleared ILS 06 right, Air Canada 225.
West.
223.
WestJet 2425, descend 11,000. Toronto altimeters 299.4.
11,000, WestJet 2425.
Jazz 778, direct Lobco, descend 4,000.
4,000 direct Lobco, Jazz 778.
Toronto, twist 9 kilo heavy, flight level 350, inbound there low.
Swiss 9 Kilo Heavy Toronto, good evening. You proceed direct Olaba.
Direct Olava, Swiss 9 Kilo Heavy. Thank you very much.
I meant to give him a short gate, but he took a little longer to get the turn going than I thought he would. That's okay. Air Canada 223, you can contact the tower now, 118.7. Good night.
Tower 118.7, good night, Air Canada 223.
Voyager 904 for higher, Cleveland Center now, 128.02. Good night.
128.02, we'll see you.
Air Canada 873, descend 5,000.
Send 5,000, Air Canada 873.
See, it got my interest going again here. Now I'm a little bit more intrigued. If the traffic drops off here, as it is sort of kind of doing here, again, I may pull the plug, but it's once I'm engaged, it's easier to kind of stay. But the second I kind of get out of it, it just, yeah. The second it gets dull again, I'm just going to probably pull the plug. I mean, it's good to provide good service to lots of people. I'm doing my best to sort of provide, and I could have probably turned him a little bit shorter. I really wanted to try and get him to turn final at the FAF. I waited probably about a mile or two too long. Jazz 778, descend 3,000 at Lobco. You're cleared the ILS runway 06 right.
3000 at Loco, cleared ILS 06 right, Jazz 778.
Jazz 778, maintain speed 19 or 0 knots or faster for now.
190 or above, Jazz 778.
Toronto Center, WestJet 2425, any approach in mind for me tonight?
WestJet 2425, you plan the ILS 06 right.
Okay, I plan the ILS. I can fit the visual or too. Anything any easier for you?
And yeah, WestJet 2425, if you want, I can set you up for the visual here.
Sure, why not?
Air Canada 8544, Cleveland Center now, 128.02. Good night.
Center 128.02, happy birthday.
Air Canada 873, descend 4,000, speed 190 when you level.
4,000 and 190, one level, Canada 873.
See, the trouble is that there's nobody else who's eligible to do center. But I don't think I can stay till... I kind of was thinking I might stay till 10, but I don't know if I can do it. I just don't know if I can do it. WestJet 2425, descend 8,000.
8,000, WestJet 2425.
Well, there's not too many departures now. There's one departure left. There's a series of arrivals that we're kind of looking at, but I don't know. But they're spaced out over the next couple hours. Like the couple that are here are kind of busy right now, but I think I might bail in another 10 or 15 minutes here. Air Canada 873, turn right heading 330, descend 3000.
Right heading 330, descend 3000, Air Canada 873.
Air Canada 873, continue the right turn heading 030 to intersect, cleared the ILS, runway 06 right.
Heading 303, to intercept the ILS 06 right, Air Canada 873.
Jazz 778, you can cross Savos at 160 knots.
Savos at 160 knots for Jess.
I might get this guy in and then just pull the plug on it. I really wish there's another center controller I could hand it to.
I could be for the ILS approach 06 right, Air Canada 873.
Air Canada 873, affirmative. You can turn right now, heading 090 to intersect, cleared the ILS 06 right. I said it once. I'm pretty sure I said it.
To intercept the ILS 06 right, Air Canada 873.
Jazz 778, tower now 118.7. Good night.
13.7, thanks Bell, Jazz 778.
Good night. WestJet 2425, descend 6000.
6,000, WestJet 2425.
WestJet 354, Cleveland Center now on 119.87. Good night.
119.87 for WestJet 354. Have a great night.
Air Canada 873, speed, your discretion on final, cross Savos at 160 knots.
On discretion, so can you please please the left box?
And cross Savos at 160 knots.
I'll say the 160 knots, Air Canada 873.
WestJet 2425, descend 3000.
3,000, 2425.
Who's making a beep beep? Nobody in my space is making a beep beep. Tower from center. Yeah, I'm going to bail after the WestJet gets turned on to final here. I can't do it. I'm just too tired. I've been awake for 18 hours now. Working. Air Canada 873, Tower 187.
187, Canada 873.
WestJet 2425, turn right heading 330.
330, WestJet 2425.
And so calling Toronto Center was a little bit hard to read. Say again. And I'm sorry, it's a lot of noise on my hotline. Who is that calling Toronto Center? WestJet 2425, turn right heading 030 to intercept, cleared the ILS runway 06 right.
030, WestJet 2425.
And calling Toronto Center, is that Sierra Lima 07? And WestJet 2425, do you have the field in sight over at your 12 to 1 o'clock for about 12 miles?
Yeah, I got the field site. WestJet 2425.
WestJet 2425, cleared visual approach, runway 06 right.
Clear the visual, WestJet 2425.
Toronto, good evening, United 804, heavy level 410, passing Deadlow.
United 804 Toronto, get ace, squawk 0626.
0626 set for United 804 heavy.
United 804 heavy, thanks. Identified at flight level 410. WestJet 2425, you can contact the tower now, 118.7. Good night.
187, WestJet 2425, thanks, yeah.
Toronto Centre, this is Select 07.
Sierra Lima 07 Toronto, go ahead. Shit. Didn't even notice there's a conflict here.
Toronto Center, WestJet 789, reaching 2 gear with flight level 300.
Cathay 094 for traffic, turn right 20 degrees.
Right 20 degrees, Cathay 094.
United 804 Toronto, contact Cleveland 128.02.
128.02 for United 804, we'll say, see ya.
WestJet 789 Toronto, squawk at end.
Identity squawk, WestJet 809.
The Toronto United 804, was it 128025?
United 804, that's correct.
Thank you.
WestJet 789, your identified flight level 300. Toronto information is Romeo, runway 06 right.
Say again for the WestJet 79.
WestJet 789, identified, information Toronto, Romeo, runway 06 right.
Romeo information for runway 06 right of Toronto, WestJet 79.
Two more minutes. As soon as this guy gets up out here, I'll turn him direct. And then that'll be it. All right, just get this guy turned on course here in a second. Just gotta go over here to Wozy. I just can't. I know there's more inbounds, but I'm done. Cathay 094, proceed direct Wozy.
Direct Wozy, Cathay 094.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm logging off. He's gonna have to vector himself around. All right, good night. Cathay 94 heavy, direct Wozy. You can contact Cleveland Center now 128.02 and let him know you're direct Wozy.
Okay, we're to Cleveland 2802, and we'll let them know we're direct Wozy, Cathay 094. Good day.
Good night. WestJet 789 Toronto. Toronto Center is closing now, so you can switch to the on-route frequency. Your surveillance service terminates. Have a good night.
Roger, the WestJet 79. Thank you for the info.
Swiss Air 9 Kilo Heavy. I'm going to be closing now. You can switch to on-route frequency. Surveillance service terminates. Once you reach Olaba, call Boston on 134.7.
Once reaching Olaba, calling Boston 134.7. Thank you very much. Have a very good night. Bye-bye. Swiss 9 Kilo Heavy.
Take care. Good night. If anybody else is still on Toronto Center frequency, Toronto Center is now closed. I've just got to bail. I just can't stay up anymore. It's just too late. My brain is just completely shutting down. So, as much fun as it was, and I'm kind of disappointed that I was not able to get the last couple people in. I just can't do it. So, good night, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm sorry it was a bit of a boring stream at times. It was not nearly as exciting as I would have hoped. But I think the workload was probably mostly appropriate to my brain function level anyway. So. Anyways, everybody, good night, and hopefully we'll see you all on the VATSIM skies real soon. Take care.